Hey guys, Elizabeth Quinn here again with Elizabeth's Scenes and Scents. Welcome back to my channel. Please don't forget to check out my website, which is waftingwonderfulwax.scentsy.us, where I am Liz Quinn, your star Scentsy consultant. So today what I have for you is just my weekly what I've been warming, but I did jump on this morning and close out my party to be able to order a whole bunch of the Bring Back My Bars that I was most interested in. A few of them are going to go into my club, but most of them I just got 2 or 3 of this and that I'll put into my stash, and it will be a very fun video because it will be a very big boatload of bars that are coming in the mail. Hopefully that'll be here maybe by next week. So I have all sorts of great stuff here. We got our spray foaming done last week. I'll tell you a couple of funny things at the end of this video about the escapades of my husband and the dogs out back when this happened because we had to be out of the house overnight. But let's start with what was I warming? So we had to tear apart the whole basement, push all the furniture to the middle of the finished side and all that jazz. And it didn't have a particularly bad odor. They just needed to vent everything, get the fans moving because we own a carpet cleaning business. We had these really special air movers that also helped to push it all out, put out the air purifier. And then I needed to grab some really trusty wax to make it just smell good and fresh down there. So coconut lemongrass, which you can get in a brick in club, and I will be getting my quarterly club shipment. Hopefully by mid-July it'll process, I think on the 6th or the 7th. I'm super excited about that. But anyway, you can get a brick in club, and I will share that haul with you because it's been a little bit since I had a club haul to be able to do, and my quarterly I only get 3 times in a year, so that one's extra special. But this is the way that if you love your coconut lemongrass or a few other of our real core scents, you can get a whole bunch of it for next to nothing. And this is just the best smell, especially for a basement that needs a little bit of freshening. So it is equal parts creamy coconut and bright, wonderful lemongrass, and it just made the whole area down there seem very fresh and clean, and it was really good. So the next day, or maybe, yeah, it was the second day, after the work had been done, I was starting to tidy the basement. I moved some things around, kind of changed the mantle a little bit, was fighting all of the things that had dropped out of our low-hanging, what do they call that? The ceiling with the grid and the tiles that is escaping me, the name of it. And I had to clean up all that. So I also felt like I needed maybe a heavier hitting lemon, so I grabbed what was left of lemon drizzle cake, which isn't my favorite scent, but is good and strong and it lasts forever. Put that in a couple of warmers, but even in the basement, I kept going up and down the stairs working on stuff, and I thought, I still don't love this scent all by itself, so I put in some of my trusty brick of sugar cookie, which is a scent that you can't get anymore in the catalog, unlike coconut lemongrass, which you can get as a brick in club. You can also get it as a bar in our regular website offerings. This one is one of my favorite all-time scents. If they ever decide to pull this from club as a brick, I'm going to order, I'm not kidding you, like 8 or 9 of them and stack them away, because this is such a great mixer with something like lemon drizzle cake, where once you put this more mellow, beautiful, just buttery enough vanilla sugar cookie scent in, it just chills it out and it's beautiful. So then that went for another full day with these two, and this is a favorite mix of mine, which is why sometimes I'll buy just a bar of lemon drizzle cake so that I can mix it, even though I don't love it on its own. Another day, I was really feeling that beautiful, summery, creamy, floral, coconutty mix thing, and I did a whole bar of Mountain Sunset in my front room. This is so beautiful, you guys. So this has woods, it's got amber, it's got coconut, and bluebell, which is a unique combination, but it's a really good one. And the weather is so beautiful today, you may hear some outside noise because I just didn't feel like closing all the windows while I filmed. It's too pretty. But this Mountain Sunset, my younger daughter loves this kind of bar, and she kept coming in and out saying, "Oh, Mom, it smells so good in the house." So my oils only in her room child still does love some wax. And then in the back part of the house, a really complimentary bar, if you still have access to this in club, is Summer Holiday. This is one of my favorites, and Mountain Sunset does have somewhat of a similar personality. It's got that beautiful blended floral fresh thing going on, and a little bit of perfume too, but this one, this I'm so glad is in my quarterly. I actually wish it was in my bi-monthly, but I go through like 3 a year and that's what I get, so we're good. This is a classic with the vanilla, the amber, the orange, the tiger lily, and there may be even some plumeria in here. It is loveliness. So I had this and Mountain Sunset going, and it was great, and then I was using up just a little bit of Evening Sky and a couple warmers. I probably should have put this in my bedroom instead though, because I could barely smell it out here. So this has beautiful, I think, jasmine, maybe some orchid. No, I think that's moon orchid. It's got some jasmine. It's got some vanilla, maybe a pinch of bergamot. Beautiful, beautiful scent. So then another day, I went totally tropical. I did almost all the warmers with tiare and coconut, which is one of my absolute favorite LTO. Always have it locked up in my club. It's never leaving. Smells of all time. And I always get compliments on this. So this has coconut. It's got the tiare flower, and it's been, I think, 3 or 4 seasons, maybe 4 now, since this was offered. So if there are other notes, I'm forgetting what they are, but it's heady white floral, beautiful creamy coconut, and it is so summery and is just a rock star in my home. So we did this, and then I was also doing sun castles, which is great with it. I mean, you cannot go wrong with these 2 bars in combination. Equally as strong as each other, equally as beachy. This one is that really, really gorgeous almond and pistachio and coconut. It's so good, you guys. Like, you want to wear it, but you kind of want to eat it too. It's such a good smell. So then another day, it was a little rainy, a little icky, and I thought, well, I will revisit the June scent of the month because I wasn't in the best mood at the beginning of the month when I did the review on the Patriotic Warmer and the Jam and Jubilee bar. And it still isn't my favorite, but it's good. So if you're looking for a 4th of July scent, or you're looking for something that's just sort of, summer berry picnic, the Jam and Jubilee is good. But I did melt it on the same day in different rooms with red, white, and berry pie, which is my favorite summertime fruity scent, to see what are the differences. And I will say Jam and Jubilee lasts longer. This has the blackberry. It's got the syrup. It's got, I think, strawberries. It's a little bit, in an odd way, it's like the berries and the maple syrup make it a little bit musky almost. And it sticks around and it throws very well. If you still have blueberry pancakes, I bet this would be great with that. I need to see if my mom still got a bar that she didn't give away at the garage sale. But then red, white, and berry pie, oh, this is so good. But it doesn't last as long. So this is like the happiest, almost, oh, so good. Like, this makes me want to go to Crust, my favorite place here in town, bakery, and just get one of their mini cherry pies and eat the whole thing. It's so good. So it's kind of like somewhat convincing, crusty pie goodness, but then a little bit of Luden's cough drop too, but in the nicest way. It's just a happy bar. I'll probably melt another clam of this, finish this one up, and then melt another clam of this on the 4th of July, which is a little later this week. It's just so good. Such a happy smell. And then to see if maybe we could tone down that little weird note that's in Jam and Jubilee for me, I threw a couple of cubes of king cake and a couple warmers, and this is so strong. It kind of overtook everything else. It's this super buttery, dense pound cake smell. Now, I didn't club this. I like it better in the wintertime, I think. It was okay with the other 2 bars, but I probably should have chosen maybe churro to enhance the jammy, fruity bakery bars because the king cake just kind of took over, so I had to turn that off. So, another day, I think this is the day that we left so that the guys could come in and do all the spray foaming. In the morning, before I was leaving my home for a whole 24 hours, which was kind of sad, and it just made me feel like I was displaced. But it was a great thing that we did, and I can already tell the difference even in the stability of temperature in our home. But I got up and I had my cup of coffee, and I was enjoying the scent of Vitamin R Relax before all the people were crawling all over my house. And this is so good. This is in my bi-monthly club, and I am very grateful that it is, because this is a bar that people that had gotten into Scentsy about the time that this LTO was present, which it was like a late winter, early spring kind of a deal one year. If they didn't understand club and then later they smelled this bar, they were heartbroken. It is so nice. It's got vanilla sugar. I think it has some bergamot. It has sort of almost like a cashmere smell and a wood smell in a sweet, gentle, very good spring, summer, cuddly in your house, as it says, relaxing way, and I never get tired of that bar. It is so nice. So then I found that I had 4 cubes of Dutch apple bread, which is one of these bars that, I love it and then I don't love it, and I only have a few in my stash. It was from last year's 5-bar bundle for the harvest season, and it was the one I wrestled with the most, and some days it's good and some days it's not. So I threw this into the front room where I had the Vitamin R and all the rest of the house, because I thought, I have no idea what's going to happen when these people come and spray foam. So I'm not sure what scents will linger. This is pretty strong and it lasts a long time, and I'm not sure if I love it anyway, so we'll just put it in. It wasn't too bad. It just has this funny note. King cake has a little bit of it too, but with all the butter, it doesn't seem to be as prominent as it is in Dutch apple bread. There's this little note that to me almost smells like there's something off about the wax, but not quite. So it's one of those, to be or not to be, that is the question. I still do like this. It's really good on a rainy day. I think I liked it best in the winter, honestly, in my home. And I probably have a couple left kicking around in my basement stash, so you'll see them probably early fall. I might put those in the September melting basket. I don't know. So what do we do next? I did one day where I was just in the mood for a whipped vanilla pear. Now, this is normally not a super strong bar, but last week I was getting phenomenal performance out of everything that was in my Florida room, and I do think that it might have to do with the new sealing of all of the different things in there as far as the edging and everything. So this bar, a very sweet friend that I've met through the wax community, mailed me a couple of bars of this when she heard that I was unhappy that I'd not clubbed it back when it was available. Oh, I enjoyed this so much in my back room. I used it in the aloe vera warmer and my little mini, and then I think it's called On the Seashore, that beautiful one I've been taking pictures of on Instagram that was a warmer of the month last, I think, July. Oh, just such a gorgeous, smooth, sweet pear scent with that vanilla, and it was so strong in that room. It was fantastic. Much, much better performance than I'd gotten ever out of that. And I think on the same day I used Pina Colada Cha-Cha and the rest of the house, and this is, like, the whipped vanilla pear was a good strong medium, which is rare for that, and this was a good medium Pina Colada Cha-Cha, and that's pretty normal for this bar. So this is super sweet, coconut, creamy pineapple, really relaxing, great summertime bar. If you haven't tried that, please do. It's in the catalog, and that was a very, very pleasant day. Then another day, I don't remember what I was doing with this, or maybe it was this one. I put in ocean air and coconut water, which, again, this has not been a boomer performing bar. I put this whole clam into my back Florida room right after the guys were done with the spray foaming, and I think it was that next morning, I don't know. Maybe it was actually before. The whole week's been running together on me. Whatever night I built the cabinet with my daughter and then I posted it on Instagram, that's when I did this in the evening. So I put it in the warmers I was just talking about, all the cubes, because I've had trouble with this in the past, and I think I put the last 2 cubes in my little turtle warmer in the dining room. It was crazy strong. I don't know what happened. It was great, except it was almost too much. So you got the beautiful, sweet coconut water. It's not creamy like the Pina Colada Cha-Cha. And then it's got this lovely light crystal water quality and a really nice waxy coconut palmy kind of deal. Not waxy like coconut palm, that bar, but just, I don't know, it's got all the right notes. This is such a good bar. But it was choking me out, which is so strange. So I took some of that out of the warmers because it overwhelmed me. And then another day, or maybe the day after, as I was trying to deal with the lingerings of ocean air and coconut water, I found a couple of half clams of coconuts for coconuts. I'm doing some of that today. Some of it was the other day. And it's just lovely. This one, it's pretty strong. This is in the catalog. I ordered a bar in my order today, and then I threw an extra one, I think, into my club order that'll come a little later in the month. This is a very floral coconut to me with a lot of ocean freshness behind it, and it's really good. I have wrestled with it giving me a headache sometimes, and sometimes I even feel like it smells like lush gardenia. So this is one of those scents that's a bit of a chameleon, but it's really good. And if you want something really refreshing and tropical for July, go order some of that. So then another thing that I was doing was a combination of a couple of bars where I think this is all I have of them, and I tend to then not melt something if I know it's the last clam and blah, blah, blah. Midnight and Curacao. This was a flash sale kind of a bar. I don't remember all the notes in this, but it's definitely got orange. It's got grape, but not like weird grape. Very good, and a very nice creamy coconut milk. Oh my gosh, I wish I could get more of this. I think of anything Scentsi's ever made, this is the only grape scent I absolutely love. So if there's some in a flash sale, even in a bundle, even with offensive things in a bundle, I'll probably pick up some more. Absolutely love that. And then this is my only clam of Fiji flower, which is a bar that I will miss. This is a very beautiful apple blossom, fresh, clean, and floral, like out in the Hawaiian Islands kind of scent, or, Fiji Islands. We have this in the laundry, but the bar is just delicate and beautiful, but I'm like, I just need to use this up. So I did one melt with the 4 cubes in my back room, and I will do another melt. Try to get that done by the end of the summer and say goodbye. It's just the most beautiful scent. I would love to see that and bring back my bar. It was summer collection several years ago and super, super good. So what else do I have here? My mother sent me a funny text that seemed a little random. Now remember, my younger daughter works at an ice cream shop, and there are certain ice cream flavors that they're very similar to something that maybe you would have in wax. So I got this random text from my mom, can you get more orange creamsicle? And I thought maybe she was talking about my daughter going and getting her some from the ice cream shop. But she said, oh no, I mean the wax. So my mother wanted me to get her some more of tangerine creamsicle, which is so good. And that sort of forced me to then go and melt some myself, and I'll make sure she gets a bar. But this has the tangerine, the creamy vanilla ice cream, and a touch of mango, and it is so good, and I just forget about it. So this is just one of those bars you shouldn't forget about. Order that and Coconuts for Coconuts. You'll be so happy in July. So then what was I doing in bedrooms and basements? So when we got all the work done, there was one evening where I was just sitting downstairs watching the TV with Greg, which I rarely do, and I thought, ooh, I need to put in some wax. So I grabbed what was left of African mahogany. This is a very old Bring Back My Bar. It is one of the woody ones that nobody talks about that I really liked. This came out the same year as Redwood and Cedar in a particular Bring Back My Bar. I've seen Redwood and Cedar back as an offering in clearance and things. I don't like that one as well. This has a little bit of a sweet, warm wood and cologne note, but it's different than typical Scentsy cologne. It is so pretty. So if we get this back, I'll probably buy maybe 3 or 4. But it's nice and strong, nice and warm and woody. Kind of reminds me of Amber Road, if you're familiar with that. So then things that I was doing in the bedrooms, and then one thing that my friend Robin had been so sweet and sent me, the souffle that was chopped up from Teddy B's of Warlord. I put that downstairs just because we're still competing with some of the smells from what we were doing as a project last week. This is on the lighter side, and even though I put it in all the warmers, I could smell it, but not super well, so maybe I wasted this, but I just wanted to smell it. Tonka bean, vanilla oak, spiced praline, notes of cocoa, incense, milky tuberose, and tobacco vanilla. It's gorgeous. Absolutely gorgeous, and I liked it, but I probably should have done it in my bedroom to get the full effect. And then the last couple things that I've been working on, I have a couple, this is all bedroom. So I did a couple cubes of cocoa lime one night in my bedroom. I couldn't smell it a lot, but I was trying to prolong the life of a Teddy B's wax that I had thrown in earlier in the day that was super strong, but then it just dropped off. But the cocoa lime is one of my favorite summer scents. Beautiful, just creamy coconut and zesty lime, always a hit. Did a couple cubes of Sea Breeze, which is now gone. I hope that you put it in your club. This was available until yesterday. Oh my gosh, you guys. Kind of like the Tiara and Coconut. This is unique. We're probably never going to get it back, and it's beautiful. I put this in my quarterly club, though, not my bi-monthly. And it is a lovely combination of orange and white florals and seaside. Absolutely beautiful. Cannot get enough of that. And then I did a little bit of Magic in Every Wish, which is a gorgeous, creamy, soft vanilla lemon with, I feel like, just a touch of lime. This was in my bathroom. I did get the little tiny mini out of clearance at one point that I forgot the name of it, but it has the patriotic stars as like a little tin bucket. And that one is the best nightlight, and then you don't even really have to put wax in it because it's so cute, but I put a cube of wax in the bathroom with this, and it gave very pleasant light. And then last but not least, I have a couple of Teddy B's. I put some Key West lime ice cream and cake in my bedroom, and I forgot how strong their sea salt note is. It was yummy and beautiful when it started out with all the beautiful creamy key lime and the graham cracker, and then all of a sudden, a couple hours later, I was being choked out by sea salt air. And so then I threw in some cocoa lime, and then it just sort of killed the whole mix. But this is great. I shouldn't have put it in the bedroom. It was too strong. Then in a couple places, I've been doing Hot Girl Summer, which is wonderful. My friend Charity had recommended this, I think, last year to me. When I was first getting into Teddy B's. This is so good. So that Key West ice cream cake with it's got sea salt air, creamy limes, the little bit of ice cream, and the graham cracker is very festive, but this is like, I wish Scentsy did this in something so that I could club it, because I don't know when I'll get more of this hot girl summer. Crisp melon, island coconut palm leaves, and a hint of beach treats. It is the palm leaf thing. I just love that note. It's in certain Scentsy products too that I just can't get enough of. Oh, you guys. It's not super, super strong, but it's strong enough, and I am going to try very hard to get through this because I should not be hoarding all of my wax. I have too much, but man, that is the most glorious, truly summer scent. So that's everything that I've been getting through. Are you guys ordering Bringing Back My Bars? And if so, which ones are the most exciting to you? I got 3 of Reggae Sunset because I don't know if I'm going to club that one or not. I might. Got a couple of Surfer Chick. Got a couple of Juicy Peach because, as I said, I haven't tried it yet, but I want to mix it with Sugar Cookie and see if I get a peach cobbler. And I got like one of a few others that I'm also going to club. Oh, and a couple of Sea Sun and Fun, of course. And just so, so good. The Sea Salt Mist I got a couple of. I really, really am looking forward to July. I'm going to have to be more creative because we did get our list of the things that will be going on as far as LTOs and all that for July. There's not a lot in Scentsy because it's SFR month and we're celebrating 20 years also as a company, which is fantastic. So I will be mixing it up a bit. Like literally I'm doing a mix it up melting basket that I'm going to film next, and trying to bring out some of the other things that are just downstairs hiding that I've neglected, that some are Scentsy, some aren't, where I will hopefully just use July to be a little more creative. We will be getting a Gordy Goodness sneak peek. They didn't even talk about it on our live at the end of the month unless I missed it. I'm assuming that that collection, which we get early access to very late July as consultants, is something fall. I mean, how could it be anything else? And I'm really excited about that. And guys, I was looking for the promo shots on my workstation for Scentsy, and I cannot find them yet. The August warmer of the month. If Scentsy sat down with me as an individual and said, what would you design? This warmer is so me. I am so excited about sharing that with you when it gets here mid-month. Like, you couldn't do anything more, Elizabeth, than the August warmer of the month for 2024. And there's going to be a beautiful, like, orchard-type scent that goes with it. It's so cool. So I will try to fish up some pictures of that and get those out and promoted by the middle of the month. The July warmer of the month is available with the Provence lavender and the really, really clever little crate and the way you can mix and match the pieces. And I really have enjoyed that because it's creative, but it isn't necessarily me in the colors and everything. This August warmer is like, you guys picked my brain and created something that is specifically to delight me. It's just, everything about it is incredible. So I cannot wait to share that with you in a couple of weeks. Have a great day. God bless, guys. Bye-bye. So I realized that I got off of the video about my weekly what I've been warming without telling what happened, because I promised that I would, with my husband and the dogs. So Greg had a hammock that is on support so you can drag in and out of the pole barn, and I gussied that up with some really nice fluffy blankets and a pillow and those things. And the dogs, who you can hear Moosey back there drinking his water, had their crates and they had some extra blankies and all this sort of thing. And I went to my parents' house and I took my folks out for dinner, and I get this panic call from Greg. I knew something weird would happen, right? In the middle of dinner, honey, Truth caught a baby rabbit, and oh, he's eating it. Ew, he's eating it. My husband is such a city boy. It's absolutely hilarious. So my 135-pound wolf dog over here, I mean, he just looks like a big black wolf. Finally got a taste of raw meat, and he absolutely loved it. Would not let Greg take the baby rabbit away, and then, we're all on pins and needles because he's never, as far as we knew, eaten something like that before. And I mean, hunting dogs do that sort of thing all the time, but we just never had it happen with our dog. But the next day he didn't seem to have any intestinal distress or anything, and he seemed very proud of himself that he'd finally, really initiated at 6 the club. He'd gotten initiated into the club of being a real life hunting dog. But I think we'd all starve if we relied on Truth and Kenya to catch anything for us. But anyway, I meant to tell you that, and it was just the funniest thing. The shock, the disgust, and the horror in my husband's voice as the dog is gobbling down this baby rabbit. And I knew it. I knew something crazy would happen. So I want to leave you with that. I hope it gave you a chuckle. Now I'm really going to be done with what I've been warming and moving on to my Mix It Up Melting Basket video. Have a great day, guys. Bye-bye.